How important has the success been of Velvet Revolver for you? Because well, you had enormous success with Guns N' Roses. Was it for you important to have this success with that band?
Well, I mean, I have, you know, when the album came out and it did as well as it did, yeah, there's a certain amount of feeling of justification and feeling like all the hard work sort of has paid off. You know, you've actually produced some music that people can appreciate. But I never really felt the success of Velvet Revolver the way that it was, you know, like it was selling a lot of records and we had a couple of really big singles, but for some reason there was so much tension and stress and issues in that band that I never really did enjoy the success that Velvet Revolver garnered. You know?
And did you enjoy the success of Guns N' Roses?
I think probably I enjoyed Guns N' Roses more before it became successful. Yeah, I had my favorite memories with Guns N' Roses was from the time from its inception, with me included, which was like '85, I think, or '84, up until about 1990, and then it got to be a little bit sort of crazy. And you know, when it was crazy in the beginning, it was still a little fun, but then it just got to be out of control.
It was too big for you. I mean, for the
well, I mean, I'm not going to say it was. I mean, it was. It wasn't that it was too big for me. It was just that it wasn't enjoyable. There were certain things that were happening that made it impossible to enjoy it. I mean, it's very similar to what happened with Velvet Revolver as well.
You mean with singers and stuff?
It's just issues, yeah.
Yeah, and if you look back on those albums, do you listen to maybe your own stuff?
No, I don't listen to my own stuff. I only listen to it when I'm doing it, and when you know, when you're mixing and mastering. I mean, you really spend a lot of time very close to the material from the moment that you start writing it all the way up until you know, you put it out. And so once it's out, I don't really ever go back and listen to it because I already done it, you know. The only time I ever really listen to anything is if somebody else is listening to it somewhere, or if it's on the radio or something like that, you know.
Okay. Now, last question I want to know. Your hat, it's been a trademark for you. Do you still recall the first time you bought that hat or wore that hat?
The first time I wore it was well, the day I got it. The day I got it, I wore it at the. It was at the Whiskey. We had a show at the Whiskey that night.
So it's 85, 86?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Okay, and what made you decide to stick to the hat?
It just felt comfortable. I still to this day, it's that hat that I feel very comfortable in, and I think it was something I sort of hid behind and still probably do to some extent. And so yeah, I feel very at home and did ever since the beginning with that top hat. It's true.
And how many hats do you have?
Just a couple.
Okay, so it's not that you have 100 lying around. And
I have one main one, and I have like 2 other old ones that are up in the closet that I've had for years.
Why specifically these 2?
I don't know. I've never collected them. I had the one and it got stolen. I got another one, and I wore that for a long time, and then I got another one, maybe because the other one was all beat up, but I kept it, you know.
Okay. We have to stop. Thank you for your time.
All right, man.
Thank you.